Political class is now piling pressure on President Uhuru Kenyatta and his handshake partner, Raila Odinga, to receive and make public the Building Bridges report and pave way for debate on an imminent process of amending the Constitution. Now, with talk of likely changes in the country's governance architecture and political landscape, a section of leaders is calling for consensus building to avoid a polarizing and divisive journey of amending the 2010 Constitution less than 2 years before the general election. Sam Ogina reports.
It has been 4 months since the BBI task force mandate lapsed and the final report readied. With the details of the report closely guarded, a meeting of parliamentary leadership at State House was billed to be preparing ground for its final release, and the political class is stepping on the gas. In Nairobi, MPs allied to the Kieleweke faction was spreading the BBI gospel to its congregants, urging their supporters to embrace the proposed amendments to the Constitution, ostensibly to, among other things, enhance inclusivity in governance and cure historical issues that often yield a contested electoral cycle every 5 years.
Kama tunataka amani Kenya, tafadhali to embrace BBI. Kwa sababu hatutaenda kwa kura, tukue na vita tena.
Jogoo ya mashambani haiwezi wika kwa mjini, ndio? Kwa hiyo tungetaka kuambia Nairobi iko locked.
Tunataka kumaliza mambo ya BBI. Tukimaliza mambo ya BBI, ikifika 2022 Januari, mimi nikishika candidate wangu na nishike baba mkono, kwa sababu siwezi kutoka hapo. Hapo mimi siwezi kutoka.
Those opposed to the BBI process, a product of the March 2018 pact between President Uhuru Kenyatta and opposition chief Raila Odinga on the pro-handshake team's crosshairs.
Wewe ambao unafanya siasa ya president wakati hii na uko peke yako, na wakati Raila ataingia ataenda wapi? Wewe ambao unataka kiti ya president, kiti ya president ni lazima uanguke mara 4-5 Kenya. Huwezi kupata mara moja.
Sasa unatuambia tupeke kwa serikali. Sisi ODM ndani ya party leader wetu Raila Odinga wameshasalamiana. Sisi tuko ndani. Na hakuna mtu anatutoa hapo. Tuko hapo ndani. Tutaweka mambo yetu ndani mpaka 2022.
BBI will help us solve the historical economic inequalities where no child will drive a mkokoteni, no child will drive a wheelbarrow, and other children are driving cars.
But moderates are calling on the president to onboard everyone in the BBI drive to forestall a divisive referendum, along strongly held political persuasions. The leaders warning the nation was already polarized, and a divisive referendum campaign would only strain matters' development and national unity.
We sit together, we agree that this is good for our country, so that when we go to referendum, if at all, let that referendum leave our country more united than it is, and not more divided than it is today.
With the report yet to be made public, ANC leadership is calling for caution and wider consultations before any headline positions can be taken.
Tujisomee. Tujisomee ndio tutoe uamuzi ambao ni wa maana.
Economy ya Kenya hatujui kama ita sustain election bill, kwa sababu tumebakia na mwaka mmoja na miezi 10 tuingie uchaguzi. Hatujui kama ita sustain election bill. Referendum ni kama election.
It is anticipated the BBI report will expand the executive structure to include the Prime Minister's position with 2 deputies and introduce the position of official leader of opposition in Parliament that will be taken over by the first runners-up in the presidential race. Sam Ogina, Citizen TV, Nairobi.